Hi grade 7s, I just want to add on to the previous video, which was lesson 10 with the tables. I just want to do a quick add-on on another way that they can ask these type of questions. So what they can do is they can give you an example like this. I'm not giving you formal notes, so you're welcome to copy this down in your workbooks. Another way, instead of giving you a table with the equation and asking you to find the output values, they could give you the input and output, like the table here, and tell you to find the equation or the missing rule. Now, we have done this in grade 6, so this is just a recap lesson. So we're going to use the general formula or the general rule to get the pattern for this table. Now, at the bottom here, you'll see the steps that you need to follow. So step 1, we always need to find the difference. So if we get our table like this, the difference is what do we do from one number to get to the next one at the bottom of the table. So you'll see it goes from 1 to 5, then 5 to 9. So each time we are adding 4. So for this specific example, my difference would be 4. So step 2 says we're going to say Tn. So this is just like a general formula that you're going to use for every question. Tn equals your difference times n. So we said our difference was 4. So Tn equals 4 times n. Remember, if we just say 4n, it means 4 times n. So that will stay the same for all of these type of questions. You are always going to write Tn equals, then whatever your difference was. If it was plus 2, you're going to say 2 times n. If it was plus 7, you're going to say 7 times n. So whatever your difference is, you're going to multiply it by n. That's step 1. Step 2. Step 1 was to find your difference. Now step 3 says test for pattern 1 or term number 1. So in other words, wherever you see an n in this formula, you are going to substitute in the number 1. So T1 is equal to 4 times n, but now n we said was 1. So 4 times 1 is equal to 4. But if you look in this table, our output number over here, our Tn value, needs to be 1, but we've just worked out that it's 4. So now our next step says we need to change rule, or we need to adapt the rule to get this answer that's needed. So we got the answer of 4, we need 1. So what do we do to 4 to get to 1? We subtract 3. So that's my adjusted rule there. So I'm going to rewrite my Tn rule. Tn equals 4 times n, that's exactly what we had, except now I'm adding my adjustment, my minus 3. So I've added that. So that is step 4. Step 3 was testing for term 1. Okay, so this is our new general form or general rule that we're going to test now. It says here, step 5, test for pattern number 2. So wherever you see an n now with our new formula, you are going to put in the number 2. So T2, this is step 5, T2 is equal to 4 times n. Now remember, n must be 2, so 4 times 2 minus 3. BODMAS says we do multiplication first, so 4 times 2 is 8, minus 3 is then equal to 5. Now you go to your table where the pattern number is 2. What must my output number be? It must be 5. Do I have 5? Yes, so I know that rule works. So this is basically my rule for this graph then. My rule will be Tn equals 4 times n minus 3. So if you follow the same 5 steps, step 1, you always find your difference in the output values of the table, so the bottom row of your table. You find what am I doing to get to the next number. Step 2, you multiply that with n. So you're going to say Tn equals whatever your difference is times n. Step 3, we're going to test it for the term, the first one. So we're going to, wherever you see an n, you're going to slot in the number 1, and you're going to test it to see if you get the same answer as your table. If you do not get the same answer, we need to adapt the rule or adjust the rule. That's step 4. So you're going to say, okay, I've got 5, but I need 1, so I subtract 4. Or I need this, I need to get that, I add 1. Whatever it is, you're just going to add it to your original rule. Then you make a new rule, that new rule with the adaptation on it. Then the last step is you're going to test it for the second term. So wherever you see an n, you're going to put in the number 2. Now guys, I know this sounds a bit confusing, but please just go through this, practice a few. You'll see you've got to do exercise 8.7 for me. So that whole exercise is based on this method. Follow the same 5 steps for every single question and you won't go wrong.